Hello, 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 it's your boy Lucky, and this another fucking podcast of the comic. Yeah, it's me. I'm gonna be coming at your face holes with a little bit of a twofer here. Combining the first two parts of this crossover event, Night of the Monster Men, Part 1 and Part 2, which Part 1 is Batman number 7, and Part 2 is Nightwing number 5. In Batman number 7, I gave it a 3.7 out of 5. As this hurricane starts to bear down its fury upon Gotham City, we see a series of monsters starting to spring up, and the Bat family is just kind of, well, they're stretched really thin. There's some of the Bat family conducting an evacuation of the city, and some of the Bat family is dealing with this monster threat. Excuse me. And this threat seems to have an unknown origin, at least for our heroes, whereas we, being the fortunate few on the opposite wall of that fourth wall, or the opposite side of that fourth wall, I should say, saw that it was corpses or dead bodies in a morgue that transmuted into these vicious Cronenberg monstrosities that seem to be afflicting the city during this natural disaster. And it's some crazy shit goes down, suffice it to say. And of course it's a Batman read, so I mean, there's some good fighting, there's some banter, and there's also some dope ass bat tech that we see employed. We're gonna go ahead and transition over to Part 2, Nightwing number 5, Part 2, in the Night of the Monster Men. We find our titular hero, Nightwing, continuing the evacuation effort of the citizens of Gotham. And while on this endeavor, he encounters one of these monsters. And after some stuff happens, I'm not going to, get too much into detail. That's part of the visual aspect of comics and a lot of the appeal to me. And after this, Nightwing gets some intel to go and investigate the morgue, which he does. And it's there that they learn a lot of shit. And you could too if you read the ish. It's not a surprise to see who is behind this. I'll give you that much. And the four initial monsters have spread out, but one of them burrowed a tunnel. So, I'll go ahead and spoil it, to Blackgate Prison. So, I think we're going to see some action with him and Gotham Girl rescuing the prisoners at Blackgate. So, time will tell. I'm looking forward to reading more of this first crossover event of this new Rebirth series. I gave Nightwing number 5 a 3.9 out of 5, and it was some good shit. It's definitely worth the love. Look at what happened to music when we stopped paying for music. Nicki Minaj. So don't be a cheap ass and go and support your comics and your artists and your writers and your publishers And you know, and I'm not saying you have to buy DC or Marvel. There's a lot of good shit to read. That's a little bit of a teaser. I'm reading a couple series. Granted, they're only like 4 or 5 shots. It's an Image and Valiant series. Uh, yeah. So Romulus is the Image series, and whoa, shit, Britannia is the series from Valiant. I'm looking forward to discussing those with you in the near future. As always, this is your boy Lucky, and it's time to get fucky.